Yes, sir. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Thinking Out Loud show, back with another episode. Now, this episode, we ain't got no guests, but your boy's here doing the dolo thing, you know what I'm saying? So, today I'm gonna just talk about, friends, family, and just one word that friends and family fail to just deal: entitlement. All right, so the biggest question that I ask myself, I'd be like, why do certain friends feel entitled just because y'all homies or y'all close or y'all got a history? Same shit with family. Well, shit, I don't got an answer to that because I don't know myself. Anyway, so today, I'm gonna start out with friends. It's not gonna be a very long episode. It's gonna be short and simple, but I'm gonna start out with friends. Now, friends, for instance, right? Like you got friends that you've been friends with for like, 10 years, 10 plus, 20, whatever. You know what I mean? And a lot of motherfuckers, excuse my French, a lot of motherfuckers think like, let's say for instance, you make it, like you become famous or you start getting all this money, from your success or whatever it is, right? And a lot of cats think like, just cause you got this or you did this or whatever, they think that you owe them something. You know what I mean? And I don't understand, like, I don't owe nobody shit. You know what I mean? Like, can't not one of my friends tell me, like, hey, just because we boys, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like, I'm not entitled to do shit for you. And vice versa. Like, you know, we friends, we cool, we been homies for a long time, but that don't mean you get counted in everything I do. Like, for instance, all right, this podcast shit I do all by myself. I don't got no co-host. I may hit up somebody to be a guest feature, whatever it is I gotta do. But all in all, you know what I'm saying? I do all this by myself. I do the podcast episodes by myself. I do the editing process by myself. I do all this shit by myself, man. So I'm not asking the soul for a motherfucking thing, you know what I mean? Unless it's like little cover art, thumbnails, some shit like that. But other than that, man, ain't a soul alive. I'm asking to just, yo, man, help me with this, help me with that. Like, I'm not begging for shit. I'd rather starve than beg and ask somebody for some shit that I already know the answers to and know how to do. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this shit for a minute now. But let me get, you know what I'm saying, a little sip of this water. I'm a little parched. All right. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, friends. So, another thing with friends, right? I got some homies that's listening to this. It ain't about them necessarily. I'm just speaking in general. But, I mean, whoever feel away, it is what it is. So, let's say from my experience, right? I've accomplished a couple things before the age of 21. But I'm 22 now, halfway to 23. And, people, let's say, for instance, what, like, we got through the podcast. Let's say I'm, putting out a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm creating my own little short film, whatever. And a couple dudes, my homies or whatever, they probably be like, oh, since you creating this short film, why I'm not a part of it? Or, why you don't got me down doing the editing shit? Or why you don't got me down as a star or doing the voiceover, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just like thinking, I'm not obligated to put you in any type of work I do. That don't mean we not friends, or you know what I mean? That don't mean that it interferes with our relationship. It's just everything ain't meant for certain people. You know what I mean? And or even like not even just with entertainment things, like even just in personal real life situations. For instance, there's so many times like I would go on vacation, I would go to a store, or I would go to the gym, I would go see a movie, whatever it is I do. And everybody got that one friend where it's just like, let's say you out at a good restaurant, like a fancy restaurant. You over at like like some top-notch restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, some shit, you know what I mean? So let's say you at a restaurant and you take a picture of it, post it for the gram, post it for Snapchat, all type of shit. So you post it on there, and then one of your homies or whoever is like, they slide up on your Snapchat story, they comment under your shit, whatever. It's like, damn, I ain't get no invite, or damn, you ain't gonna save me none. Nigga, no. I'm not saving you shit. I mean, and then this is where people get it misconstrued, right? People think just because you didn't invite them to a certain function, or you didn't do this, you didn't say that, etc. This is where entitlement comes from. People think just because you don't basically count them into your everyday activities or shit that you want to do on your own or even with other people, they feel away and they start talking mad shit, you know? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. At one point in my life, you know, I was like, you know, let's say like all my friends was out doing some shit, like them niggas would go out to they go to like somewhere to eat without me, or you know, niggas would do this, do that, you know, whatever, man. It don't even matter the excuse, but like niggas would do shit without me. At first, initially, you know, a couple years ago, whatever, I used to feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be like, damn, these niggas is fake, or they do this without me. I feel counted out. I feel like an outcast compared to these niggas, blah blah blah. Right? So that was me probably when I was about like 19, maybe 20. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward a couple years later, halfway to 23 right now, and I don't give a fuck who don't invite me to nowhere. Family, friends, my love life, I don't give a fuck. You know, because 9 times out of 10, I be wanting to do shit by myself. And you know, the way the world is now compared to how it was 3 years ago, man, shit is just out of line these days, you know. So sometimes I'd rather just be in the crib, you know, by myself or with my family, whoever. Like I'd rather be in safe arms, my nigga, because I get out the house every day wondering if I'm gonna make it back home or make it to my destination. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just how I feel about the whole entitlement thing when it comes to friends, you know. Nobody, and listen to this very clear to all my listeners, nobody owes me nothing. I don't owe no. Let me take that back. I don't owe nobody shit, you know, but there's people. Okay, you want to know what's so funny that I can use as an excuse? Because I've let you know, countless number of people borrow money. Some gave it back, some didn't. Okay, I'm gonna use an honorable mention. For example, my cousin, right? He was a guest on this show. His name's Dev, right? He was on the first episode and the third episode. Shout out to my cousin Dev. That's probably the only person I can think of right now that I would let borrow money, because I let cuz borrow $200, right, on a couple occasions. He told me why I'm not gonna put his business out here, you know, like that. And I let him borrow the money, blah blah blah. Now, before, it's so funny to think about, because like before, the first time he asked me, you know, hey, can I hold this, you know, till I get paid, I was kind of iffy, because before I was letting people borrow money and stuff like that. I mean, I got plenty of stories on people doing shit. You know, I let people borrow money, they just never pay it back, and then they continuously, you know, ask me for some shit like, yo, let me hold this till I get paid. Payday come, what you think they doing with the money that they owe me? These motherfuckers is getting tats, they getting food, they getting weed, they getting bottles, they getting all type of stuff with the money they owe me. You wouldn't call that top-notch disrespect right there? I've been disrespected a few ways, but that was probably the most biggest disrespect. Imagine, and I'm not even talking about my cousin, because I'm gonna finish that off, because I let him borrow money, but he paid me back. So that's why I'll be like, okay, let's say if he asked me for like $50 to borrow till he gets paid. All right, cuz, no problem. It's 50. Use it wisely. As long as I get it back on payday or whenever you get the access to that $50 again, then we good. So shout out to my cousin Dev, man. That's like the one person I can really like count on when it comes to that, with borrowing money. Everybody else, I mean, it's not really too many people I can name off the back of my head, because a lot of niggas don't pay back. Listen, like, you know how many times I let, you know, I'm not gonna say no names, but you know how many times I let people borrow money, and as many times they be like, oh, I'm gonna give it back to you on payday. I get paid this, and even unemployed motherfuckers like talking about I'm gonna give it back to you on Thursday when I get paid. How the fuck you get paid on Thursday? You ain't got no damn job, no car, no nothing. Tell me that. Like I don't understand that, man. Like how you get paid on Thursday, but you ain't got no damn job, bro. Like I don't get it, man. Like it's just crazy. But anyway, yeah, I'm getting all type of sidetracked and shit. This shit's supposed to be about entitlement. But then again, owing money kind of does relate to entitlement in the way if you think about it. Because people think, you got this money or you got a little bit more than what they got, that you automatically supposed to give it up every time they need something. No, the fuck I don't. I don't gotta give shit to nobody. And, man, one thing I learned, bro, in life, one valuable lesson is like, know people for who they are. Know your friends for who they are. Know your family for who they are. Know your boyfriend or girlfriend for who they are. Just know motherfuckers for who they are. And the late great DMX once just said in a Drink Champs interview from early last year, he said, trust everyone to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that quote right there, man, is so deep, and it pertains to my everyday life, because you may not, even trust anybody just due to different reasons, but just trust people to be who they are. You get what I'm saying? Like, trust, he even broke it down, like, trust a snake to bite you, trust a baby to like grab your finger, or trust a baby to cry at you or something, trust your friend to do some slimy shit. Like backdoor another nigga or something, you know what I mean? Because shit happens, you know what I mean? Shit happens, bro. It's the way of life. But since we still on friends though, I do want to get, and we're speaking on entitlement as well. I just want to speak on it. But yeah, shout out to my cousin Dev, you know what I'm saying? Man, the reason why I did what I did when it came to the money, because like that man helped me out, you know what I'm saying, when I was down bad and my funds was fucked up. So man, shout out to Dev, bro. He definitely gonna be back on the show soon. But yeah, since we still on friendships though, like, entitlement is one thing when it comes to friendships. Like niggas think, just cause we boys, you gotta do this for me, or I don't gotta do shit for nobody, bro. You're your own man. I'm my own man. I'm my own person. Like, that's who we are at the end of the day. Like, let me tell y'all something, man. Don't ever feel obligated to do shit for anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, family, friends, whoever. Like, you're not obligated to do something for somebody when they can go up and get it done themselves. There's no handouts. There's no free rides. None of this shit comes with a fucking. All of this shit, man, comes with instructions, bro. I can't do shit for all of my friends. You know what I mean? But my thought process got a little fucked up, so I lost my thought. So that's enough of friends for right now. Let's talk about family relationships now. I come from, you know what I'm saying, a great background of black people, also known as my family. You know what I'm saying? But now everything is cool. And even like, family can be part of entitlement too. And it's also another thing, a lot of people don't talk about it, man. Favoritism. And speaking of which, before I continue with family, I want to get back onto the friend part. Friend favoritism is real. You know what I mean? Because you could think you're good friends with someone, but deep down, that person is jealous and envy of you. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you ever had that one moment? Okay, for instance, like, I'm gonna use my personal experience in this case. So it was one time, I forgot what I accomplished. It was either when I was in a movie, because I got, like I said, I probably mentioned it on the podcast before. I was a background actor in 3 movies that are out on Hulu currently. And, I would announce any type of accomplishment I made, like, I just, I'm on another movie on Hulu. Or, oh, I just put out this EP, what I'm saying, or this beat tape or whatever I was working on. Or I did this, I did that. Just any type of major accomplishment that not even a lot of your peers, can even accomplish. So it's like, you ever tell that one friend or group of friends and they don't seem excited about it, they're not celebrating for you and happy for you, you gotta get rid of them motherfuckers, man. For real. Like, those are the type of people that you shouldn't have around you, because they're not happy about your success and your accomplishments and what you got in store for the future. That they secretly might be plotting on your downfall. You don't know that. It could be all in your head, but then again, hey man, your intuition don't lie. If your gut say this ain't your friend, that ain't your friend, because a lot of people don't be happy with you, dog. That's real shit. A lot of people, that's always that type of the type of vibe I would get. Like, if I would tell somebody my accomplishments and shit and good things that I went through, and or even overcoming depression and anxiety and things like that, motherfuckers would be like, good, not even good shit, but I don't know. Like, motherfuckers would just be not happy for you, because it hits different when it's like you spent so long trying to get yourself up out of this dark hole of depression for months. Like, for instance, earlier this year, I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of mental stress going on. You know what I'm saying? And to be where I'm at now in this position, man, I'm more than blessed. And it comes to a point in time, man, just cut off what ain't growing. Cut off, what don't support you. Don't support nobody that don't support you. That's just how I live. You know what I mean? And even like, if you tell a friend of yours, a close friend, I'm not name dropping or nothing, but it has happened. You tell somebody some good shit, like some good news, like, hey, I did this today, or shit, I just lost 10 pounds. I did this, I did whatever. And a motherfucker gonna say some slick shit, trying to act like they really happy for you, but they really not. You know what I mean? And that's the type of people you really gotta watch out for, because dude, those the worst type of motherfuckers, dude. Like, those people really are borderline haters. Those are borderline haters. But yeah, I just wanted to let that out when it comes to friend favoritism. Now, family favoritism is real as well. A lot of people don't talk about it. I'm gonna tell you why. Family favoritism, I can't speak on this from a personal experience, because I love all my family equally, and I'm sure it's vice versa. But, well, immediate family, that is. I mean, outside the immediate family, this may sound disrespectful, but sometimes I don't be feeling like I'm related to certain motherfuckers, but it is what it is. But when it comes to family favoritism, I think it's really common. I can't say for the Black community or Hispanic community, because it happens in all races, shapes, and sizes. You know what I mean? But it's something that doesn't get talked about often. You know what I mean? Family favoritism, this is how I see it. It definitely happens because, okay, you could have an uncle who never even liked you your whole life, right? You could have an aunt that never liked you your whole life. From the moment you was born to current times, never liked you. They won't say it, they won't, express it to you, but you can tell maybe by their body language, a little slick shit they say, they just envy. Or you could have that one cousin that's like, oh, I'd rather kick it with him because it's something about his personality, or something about what he does or how he does things that, I'm fucking with him. Or maybe he got money and I'm broke, or I got money and he's broke, or however the thing goes. Man, I never understood favoritism though, But a lot of people, I just thought about something, matter of fact. A lot of people, family and friends in this case, they they don't see your vision like you do. Now that we talking about accomplishments again, jumping back to that, everybody ain't gonna see your vision like how you see it. And that's what I learned over time myself, because I was stressing about, man, like I want to make a song with this guy or one of my boys, or I want to do an episode of my podcast with this guy. Let's make a YouTube video together, you know what I mean? Me and such and such. But some people, man, I'm going to tell you a funny story. It's funny to me, but excuse me. So it was one time, plenty of times, matter of fact, I would hit up people, like people I know, local people. There's even people, that I don't know, that I connected with, to get on the podcast. And shout out to my guy, Wade. He was on the filmmaking one that we put out 2 months ago. So yeah, I would ask my closest friends, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying their names on here, but I would ask my closest friends, some of them, be like, hey, what's up, bro? Or, hey, what's up, sis? Whatever it go. Like I was checking to see if you wanted to get on my podcast one time, and do it for the culture and shit. We just talk about whatever. I got a little platform. My show's called Thinking Out Loud. I'm the primary host, you know what I mean? Ain't got no co-host or nothing. So I was wondering if you was down to get, be a guest. People be like, yeah, they down, but it's like, I'd be like, all right, cool. So when's a good time? I got one friend, right? I got a friend who, whenever I was like, when we should do an episode together, hop on the show. It always be an excuse, low key, just being like, I'm down, but I be having, not even that, I be having to work, because we all working and, doing what we gotta do to make ends meet. But if you're not serious about being on the show, just tell me that. Don't be like you down, and then when I hit you up to be on the show, you got some bullshit excuse besides work. That's one thing, but you just be like, just flaking and shit. And I don't like that. So I mean, just be straight up with me. If you don't want to be on, then don't be on. I'm not gonna get mad. Life goes on. Because what you think I'm doing this episode by myself for? You know what I mean? I ain't got no guests. I could have asked somebody, yo, bro, I'm doing this episode about friends, family, and entitlement, and a little other things I ain't really putting in the title. But I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. You know what motivated me to do this Dolo episode? I call it a Dolo episode. So what motivated me to do the Dolo was I was listening to this podcast. I can't think of the name right now, but I was listening to this podcast while I'm at work, and I'm just thinking to myself, this guy had different, I ain't gonna say his name either, but he had different guests on his show, from like, most names that niggas know, Whack 100, who else was on that shit? Yeah, it was Whack 100, it was, it was a bunch of cats, dog. I forgot the whole lineup of guests, but nah, it was a bunch of like well-known names in the streets and all that in the industry as well that's on his show. And then he's even got episodes he's, doing himself. Like exactly what I'm doing right now, talking and y'all listening to me talk about shit. That's what his episode contained of, He didn't have no guests, he was just talking his shit. Like I'm doing, So one thing I learned though, also is just, never depend on nobody, especially when it comes to your vision and your goals and what you want to get done. That's why I learned myself. For instance, like if my friends are working, my friends are busy, whatever. If my girlfriend is busy or however it go, or one of my family members is doing something, whatever. Like basically, if everybody's in their own lane and I'm just stuck doing what I want to do, meanwhile I want to do it with somebody and they're not available, I'm gonna just say fuck it and do it myself. Like the podcast episode, myself. Music, myself. Even outside of entertainment shit. Like if I wanted to like go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? Be on a fitness journey. I ain't gotta depend on my friends or or whoever else to go. Like, nah, I can go by myself and get right by myself. If I wanted to go to this little fancy restaurant that got my favorite meal, you know what I'm saying? I love Alfredo. So, you know, my friends is busy or flaking on me, whatever, I'm gonna go by myself. Because at the end of the day, as long as I went and I got what I wanted to get, man, who cares who didn't go, who didn't show up? I mean, it's not the end of the world yet. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna have this episode going on too long. So one more thing I want to discuss, you know, before we get out of here is this: entitlement is a motherfucker, man. You know, there's always gonna be people, whether you're successful or on your way to becoming successful, no matter how long it takes, there's always gonna be a friend or a couple or a family member or a couple or whoever that's gonna feel entitled just because y'all have a relationship. There's always gonna be a friend asking for bread just because you got it, and you know you got these type of accomplishments, like you've been in movies. Just because I was a background actor in 3 movies, that don't mean I'm rich. You know how much background actors make compared to the primary actors? They make a lot less. If only you knew. You know, it doesn't even matter how much money motherfuckers got. Like, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. Even if I do, I can read your body language and I know you're not gonna pay me back. So just tell you straight up, I ain't got it. I do that all the time to people. Like, that's really how you save money. A lot of people don't realize, like, even if you got like a bank account, like $2,500 in your bank account, it don't matter if it's a friend, family, whoever. A motherfucker asking for $200, $300. I ain't got it, bro. You know, I'm not down bad, but I got bills. I'm an adult. You know what I mean? I got priorities. I got responsibilities. I got shit to take care of. I got a car payment, car insurance. I got phone bills. I got subscriptions to take care of. I gotta eat. I gotta get gas. It's a lot of shit going on. So I can't give. You know what I mean? But you can get it though. I can teach you how to make a little 300. If you don't got a job, just go get a job, or you know, find you a little side hustle, whatever. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, a lot of people, man, don't realize, like, having a side hustle really helps in the long run. Motherfuckers, you know, people like to be like this, right? The average Joe would be like, oh, I work a 9 to 5, or I work 12 hours a day at Amazon, shipping boxes, whatever the fuck. Think they straight like that. I mean, shit, at least you making money. I know how much Amazon pay. You know, you working 12 hours, so you got bread, but that's your only source of income. You know what I mean? Like, it's heads out here that, you know, that got different streams of revenue and income. Like, motherfuckers is doing podcasts, motherfuckers is doing got their own business selling shit on the side, like shirts and making plates, dinners, and all that shit. Motherfuckers is doing graphic design. Motherfuckers is having their own websites. Motherfuckers is content creators like myself. You know, it don't matter what you do, but as long as you got different streams of income, man, you straight. And especially the way we living now, like, they say we in a recession and shit. So you definitely gotta have some bread. And you know, with inflation going on, gas is rising, food prices rising, everything rising. Hell, I'm rising. You know what I mean? Nah, but it's a lot of shit going on, man. So I think this goes out to everybody. It don't matter if you unemployed, working full-time, part-time, but if you only got one job, dog, and you still struggling to make ends meet, bro, my best advice to you, coming from me, is just find you a hobby at least, you know, and if you can get monetized from that hobby, then go for it, man. Like, for example, this podcast, I started it up back in September. That's when I first started setting shit up, but I ain't really start putting shit out till November. You know what I mean? And Now getting monetized, I ain't gonna give out that information and shit to the listeners, but I'm getting monetized, just because it's a hobby. And not only that, but a lot of people need to understand too. Make sure you have fun. Don't just do it just for the money. Because I said this before, like longevity. Longevity is the key. Like they say, consistency is the key to victory. Longevity is also the key to succession as well. And a lot of people, notice, like even in the music game and all that stuff, people do it for the money. And it's a lot of niggas that's making songs for probably even 2 years now, rapping, making beats, whatever. And they wonder why they're not, making it to a mainstream level or anything, or getting major placements with their music. You know why? Because a lot of people ain't serious with their craft, number one. And number two, it's all about the money. Fuck the money at the end of the day. The money gonna come. You know what I mean? You just gotta be passionate with what you do. And you also gotta just have fun, bro. That's just how I see it. Like with anything I do, whether it's my podcast, making Instagram reels, TikTok videos, YouTube videos, beats, whatever it is, I'm passionate about it, and I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then when I'm not doing it, I always come up with different ways how I can get this money some more, or how I can improve my podcast episodes, how I can improve my YouTube content, my TikTok content, my Instagram content. Just making a name for myself, and also having fun while I'm doing it. The money gonna come, but the way I see it, it's like the money gonna come when you're not really paying attention to it. Like as long as you having as much fun with the shit and being committed to it, more than focusing on a little few dollars and shit like that, then you good, man. That bag gonna come. It's gonna come. Just stay focused on the craft and having fun with the craft and improving your craft. That's really what shit is about, bro. But that's it. That's the episode. That's the Dolly episode. The Dolo. I ain't got no guest. Maybe the next episode I might have a guest. Maybe not. I don't know. You have to see. But this is the Ambassador. This is the Thinking Out Loud show. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we got more episodes coming in the future. All right? Stay tuned.